Psych for twos.
One of my favorite things to do at parties is just people watch people who are terrible at Riz trying to Riz. One of my favorite instances of this was a guy who was part of chess club.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's the first flaw.
Trying to Riz one of my, friends, Jess, at the time. He was doing miserably. And at a certain point, I stepped in to free her from the conversation because it was going so poorly.
What was he like?
Hey, have you seen the Queen's Gambit? Yeah,
No.
I actually do that.
I have no idea what they were saying.
Have you seen The Queen's Gambit? How did you like my British accent?
How do you say your queen?
I couldn't
I've never seen The Queen's
I
Gambit.
was too far to hear what he was saying, but just the body motions were enough. Like, he would do, the most awkward dance next to her. She was standing still for, 10 seconds, and then he would lean in a little too close and, not that dance. He would lean in a little too close and, whisper some shit, and then she would just give her,
my God, bro.
a silent head nod and then nothing else, and then he would just dance awkwardly for 10 more seconds and do the same thing, repeating over and over again.
God, I thought I saw.
No, you can always get worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude,
If you're ever feeling bad, you just need to know that I promise you, it can get worse.
Always get worse.
Oh, they can always get worse.
If you think that you have zero Riz, it can get worse.
I promise you.
I promise you.
It can get worse.
We've seen it.
We've seen it. We've heard it. We've probably done it. It's happened.
No.
Okay. Not the degree we're talking about. That's a whole nother level, bro.
Look, there's not being able to talk to women, and then there's negative Riz.
Yeah.
Then there's actual infinite negative
Repelling
Riz.
women.
Yeah.
Then there's secondhand embarrassment, and there's I need to get involved.
Yeah.
Something needs to change. I am a fucking engineering major though, so I'm around those people
I'm sure.
and I witness it, bro. It is bad. It's so entertaining, but it is bad. Almost as bad as
Unlike
the
me.
engineering women.
That's a funny joke.
Thank you.
What women?
I wanted to kill myself saying it.
Have I already done this one? No, I'm stupid. I haven't done this one.
You're fucking
This is
stupid.
a new one.
It's a new one.
It's a new one.
It's chemical.
That's cool.
Do you know what chemical plant is?
A chemical plant?
Yep. Moving on.
Good story, bro.
There you go.
Good story.
That's all. That's all I've got.
What game is it from?
Sonic. Moving on.
Moving on.
This one's Generations, right?
Yeah, this is a generation.
Okay. Every single time I see a Generations one, I'm like, well,
Well, I mean, it's based off of the Sonic 2 original, but I mean, it's, I guess, classic Generations.
Starring classic or modern Sonic?
I actually saw a lot of people God, I fucking hate that argument too.
What?
The classic versus modern stuff.
Well, because it's like a cancer in the community. It's
What,
so
like comments?
I also did hear someone, to be fair,
Yeah.
Sega's not the one that initially created that distinction. It was actually the fan base from the start, because it was following content related to Sonic 4.
That's true, but I think Sonic 4 in general was the thing that ignited that. Which I guess isn't on Sega themselves.
Yeah, it's not really on Sega at all.
Yeah, but
Shit.
They added the name.
the name was the issue. The name
What,
was always
classic
the
and
issue.
modern?
I think the name wasn't necessarily
Sonic
the
4.
issue, because
Oh.
if that mindset always exists. Oh, do you mean the name for Sonic 4 was the
Yes.
issue? I thought you were talking about the name for classic versus modern Sonic.
No. I
Okay.
mean the name of Sonic 4.
Yeah, no, that people really hate that game on name alone. If it would have disappeared into obscurity if they didn't.
If
name
it was
Sonic
called
4.
Sonic,
It was gonna be like Sonic the Mobile or whatever.
yeah, if it was literally Sonic the Mobile, it would probably be there's just it's like a kind of whatever title.
I feel like it probably would have gotten a similar reception to Sonic the Pocket.
I feel like it would have been how people view Sonic Lost World. Maybe a little less negative, or a little
People are-
more
yeah.
negatively.
I don't think so. I think it would be less negative. People fucking hate that game for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, I think now it's kind of like it exists.
Sure does exist.
Yeah. Well, no, because you still have people being vehemently like, oh, this game sucks.
But I see people who really enjoy it. It's mixed.
It is, yeah.
I think the Steam reviews are literally mixed.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll do it. But that's also not indicative of what the general community perception on the game is, though.
Steam reviews?
Yeah, not really.
Is there any form of game review that is like actually accurate to how people feel about it?
No.
I know like IGNs and stuff are just complete. Like you can
throw
basically
away IGN's
never
reviews
rely
pretty
on
much.
them.
I don't know if I'd say, I think you can, if you aggregate the results of many different journalists, you will get a general, like, this is probably how around how people
I don't want to
feel.
spend that much time.
I mean, well, that's why people do it for you, or that's why you go on Metacritic and you see, like, oh, this is what people generally thought. I think people discount.
Review bomb, though. My thing
Then
is
go
like,
on OpenCritic. I think people are really quick to discount reviews for things that they disagree with, and then be like, "Oh, they did it for things they agree with."
wait, you're gonna have to recontextualize that.
I got what he was trying to say. Like if people disagree with like the general opinion of something,
Or the general, or like what reviewers are saying, then they're like, "Oh yeah, like hell yeah, it's getting good reviews." But like if it's like, "Oh, they didn't give it a good score," the critics are just dumb. I never listen to them anyways.
that's a fair point.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I feel like so many people's opinions nowadays are formed by stuff other than themselves, though. Like I
That's
feel like
true.
people feel ways about a games based on content creators and shit now.
Yeah, I mean
and
that's
their
why you
reviews.
have to, a lot of times to get like a more accurate, and this I don't know if I even say a more accurate representation of the game. You have to wait for like the white boy to do his video essay.
I think you just
The white man's video essay.
I think if a game has you intrigued enough to where you want to know how you feel about it, you should just play it and not go into it with like a
That
preconceived notion of a
requires
game.
money.
Yeah, that's fair. But if it's got you curious enough, like there's one way to find out.
But that requires, like, I mean, for me personally, I have a very, like, if I'm buying a game, if I'm paying full price for a game,
Yeah,
I better
it also
enjoy
depends on where you buy it to, because you can always refund depending on where you get it. Like a Steam
Yeah.
is an
Unless
easy
you get
thing.
it from Nintendo or, like, any online storefront.
It has to be Steam.
That
It
has
has
to be
to be
Steam.
It
It's
has
just
to be
Steam,
Steam. There's
And
no
maybe
other scenario.
Walmart, but then you're getting it for full price.
and they're gonna make your life hell trying to return that.
Yeah, so, yeah, no. I mean, if a game has you interested, just go to, like, a reviewer you feel that is consistent in
Yeah,
their voice.
that's the correct
Someone who's
answer.
consistent.
That's
And
what I was gonna say.
or multiple of them. Just go to multiple reviewers that you enjoy and see how they feel. Look at the Metacritic and OpenCritic scores. Look at the reviews specifically. What do they like? What do they not
See,
like?
but you're listing so much things, though. No,
Well,
no one
come
wants
on.
to put in that much effort.
Then go to see what people like and don't like. I don't think it's that hard to find what people generally like and don't like about a game.
Yeah, in general, yeah. But for you yourself, if there was a game that has you intrigued and you want to figure out whether you think it'll be good enough for you to try to play it,
Well, you have to know what you like in a game.
I think you got it. Yeah, I think you just need to find a critic or someone that like plays and talks about games specifically that like usually aligns with like what you think about
Yeah.
certain games or what they specifically liked about games and that kind of thing. And then
Or
you
not even
listen
that.
to
No,
them.
just find someone who's consistent. Find someone who responds to games that you respond to. I don't think you have to align with their view.
That's
their views.
That's correct. You're
Because then
probably
you
gonna
just get
skewed
like
otherwise.
oh, he was BSing on this one. Like, I don't think a reviewer has to agree with you 100%.
But like an actual, I guess, good reviewer that like goes in depth about stuff and is consistent.
Fair.
They're not just gonna say whether they like the game or not. They'll give a lot of specifics about it.
Yeah.
But you have to like search for that thing nowadays. And a lot of everyone
feel like
can
it's that
post
hard
whatever
to
the
find.
fuck. Well, here's the thing: most people are not going to look to a like established game critic, anyways. They're just going to listen to whatever a fucking YouTuber has to say about it,
Yeah.
because everyone can say whatever the fuck they want on the internet now about whatever they feel, right? So people
And they
will
can
just
get away with it if they say misinformation. I'm talking about Persona 5, style over substance.
Oh my god.
Ah, fuck. I actually don't feel bad calling that video out because...
That was very blatant misinformation.
Yeah,
about the game.
it was egregious misinformation, and it was adopted by the community. Oh, well, I'm not gonna be able to do fucking jack shit over here. Check it out.
Oh, you got a song.
Music! What the fuck? Alright.
Chaos
Island.
Island. First.
Anyways, time to kill myself.
Yeah.
So-
When something's egregious misinformation, that's
Yeah,
when it's like...
and the community adopted it because it was a 3-hour-long video essay. 4-hour-long video essay that nobody in their right mind watched the entirety of until a couple months later, when a lot of information started coming out like, no, this video actually says things incorrect multiple times, gets facts wrong, gets parts of the story wrong.
Deliberately misinterprets
Yeah, but like,
things.
and if I guarantee you, if that was like a creator that people knew and liked beforehand, they were just gonna blindly.
That's what
Well,
happened.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's
they
what
were just
happened.
gonna blindly say whatever the fuck he said, and
that's...
apparently it's apparent the fact that they won't even fucking finish the video. They're just like, yep, I got enough of what their opinion is. That's my
4
opinion
fucking
now.
hours long. And I'm really confused about how people initially even, like, got down the pipeline of, oh yeah, this guy knows what the fuck is up. Because the video starts off so inherently negative about the smallest details. Like these...
Or
like,
things that, like... Well, because the video starts off on the gameplay, and that's where everybody's like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I think he contradicts himself about the gameplay. He's like, magic isn't good. But then there's also like... Or no, he's like, physical attacks aren't... Dude, it's been a long time. I don't want to spread misinformation about what he said.
Yeah.
Saying misinformation, but I remember there was, like...
Generally, it was about... No, because it was the physical build.
Yes.
Because he only had... He used... What was his build like? It was like... It was Morgana...
Joker, Morgana, Yusuke, and Ryuji.
Yeah.
That's, I think, what I did as well. It was a
Well,
very
you played the
physical.
game wrong, so...
I did a very physical build in general, but I didn't have any problems with the
And
gameplay.
that's fine, but he was talking about magic batteries and stuff. He was like, you have to keep the members in your party that use magic. You have to keep them
What
in
is
the
going
back.
on with
So
Tails?
I don't know why he doesn't want to talk to me. He's angry.
I'm angry. When you
He's
talk to
pissed
you.
off about your
Jesus
Persona
fucking
5
Christ,
opinions.
I love that.
No, but he was like, look at how Sonic's walking. He's so infected with bad juju. But
He's
no,
kind of slaying though.
dude, he is.
He's kind of eating that walk
Girl
up.
boss slay, walk around with his hand on his hip, flick his finger around with the nice pink long nails.
Do you think he eats potato? Do you think he eats flaming hot?
All he do is eat hot chips and lie
And charge their phone.
and charge their phone.
And be bisexual?
Yeah, I'm be Sonic's bisexual, confirmed. Don't say that, actually. I take that
They
back.
actually did confirm that he's bisexual.
Did they? When?
In my head.
That was like the most, like Twitter interaction I've ever seen.
Sonic's sexuality does not matter. It's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
he
who the
goes.
fuck cares?
The issue people had with Sonic 06 was that they remotely addressed that. Nah, bro. This dude runs fast and eat hot chip and lie.
That's all you do.
Yeah.
He don't kiss women. He don't do nothing.
Yeah, I don't get why.
He's literally
people
got
care.
no penis. Like, there's nothing
Oh my
sexual
God,
about
Sonic
this
doesn't have a
creature.
dick.
No, bro, but he does have
crying.
toes.
No, they're circles.
Oh, you're right.
Their feet are circles.
Yeah, that was confirmed officially.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
It was because it was in the Sonic X anime. Is that
Yeah.
Amy was swimming and she just had circle feet, and that like blew my
They're
mind.
just
I was
fat
like,
fucking wads.
yeah,
Is that more or less disturbing than having like really human-like fucking feet
more
under those
disturbing.
shoes?
Because I feel like I assumed
I
that
don't
they
know.
had like
you,
human
you
feet.
saw that one like fan game that was like Sonic Dreamcast or whatever.
Okay, well that is an extreme outline.
Yes, but
That's
that is
something else.
would be accurate to what his feet would look
No.
like if they were.
I mean,
if he had
but
feet.
like that's what you assume. This scene is really dumb. But like, moving on.
Is she
Oh, wait, no,
friends?
go into that, go
is
into
she
that.
friends with Eggman?
I just remember thinking it was really silly.
She's good now.
I think the music, like, I know what it's supposed to try to do, but like, the
The
singer
music sounds
kind
kind
of
of dog shit.
Like, dog,
I
go
think
back
they're
to
going
Zoom
for that
stuff.
near thing, but like you.
I don't think the scene itself is dumb. I think
No.
No.
It's just like composed in a way that's very...
I think the music kind of like makes it a little goofy.
this evil character
is
going through internal turmoil because she's witnessing the good in Sonic and her friends.
Pretty much, and like she's pretty much like your ability, like you're sucking in all this evil energy. You're going to die.
And he's like,
yeah. He's like, you have 0 chance of winning this, and it's like the indomitable hedgehog spirit is winning
versus a movable ghost.
Yeah. So like, that's kind of what the big plot is right now surrounding her. She's learning, like, Sonic is just doing whatever he can for the ones he loves. And that's
so
kind of, like,
cute.
moving her.
Yeah.
That would move me,
It's just
too.
composed in a very silly way.
I think the only thing that really fucks it up for me is, like, the music is a little off. And I don't think they needed to have... they didn't need to have that many scenes of her looking at Eggman, realistically, to get the point across they wanted to.
Also, the fact that some of those scenes happen, like, depending on when you're playing, like
maybe 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
it's like, realistically what they're trying to do is be like, okay, well, here we go, Sage is becoming like a family with Eggman.
Yeah.
Like, she associates him with a dad, and like, this is a bit, by the way, which makes the lyrics of the fucking ending song so much funnier. So much funnier. There's a censored and uncensored version of the song called Vandalize. Yeah,
it's a great song.
It's an amazing song. But like the lines for one of them for the censored version is
"Fuck the pain away my."
Uncensored version is "Fuck the pain away, my bed's in ruins."
Yeah,
and
that's supposed to be about Eggman and her.
It's about Eggman and Sage. In the censored version, it's "Fight the pain away, my head is in ruins."
Relationship. What the fuck?
It's not. I just don't know why they did it.
Yeah, that's.
You can also get the egg memos, which are like also give more insight on the relationship, which are really. I really enjoyed them.
I think it's a really cool way to give you that information without bloating the actual narrative itself. I never did it because that cost in-game currency, and I was like, well,
no, thank you.
Whatever. I need to 100% this island. I need to go find everything. I'm gonna go over here.
Go.
I'm not getting every single token.
Okay.
But I'm getting all the stuff. Like, I'm
throwing out the map. I mean, we had that 100% conversation before, and I was like...
We did, yeah, no, that's not worth it.
We need to move on to bigger and better things.
Yes, the last 2 islands... Well, last 1 island, realistically.
Yeah. Oh shit, we're getting there, baby.
We are. The last island's less annoying to navigate, so it shouldn't take as long as this one has. But, I mean, overall, like, I don't know. We are getting there. It is what it is.
Getting there, baby.
This is probably taking longer than my initial playthrough of this game did, like, low-key.
Are we distracting you?
No. I just, when I play a game on my own, I, like, get into the mojo. And then I
thought about that the other day. From that small, like, moment where you were at my place and we played Pikmin 3 together at the same time and all that shit. Me and you and me and Ellie, just in general, just everyone, but like me and you specifically, play games so differently. Like, we play them so drastically different.
Oh, so.
And just stuff. Because I think, well, it's the case for everyone where everyone plays games differently, obviously. But, like, I think you're a little more, like, I don't know if arbitrary is the right word about things, but, like, you don't spend a lot of time on things sometimes. You move fast like Sonic.
Correct.
You know?
I'm literally Sonic.
Yeah. And it was, like, some little interaction in fucking Pikmin 3 where you were, like, you needed to, like, carry an enemy with some Pikmin, and you just, like, threw 8 Pikmin on it and then left. And I was like, I mean, that's fair. That's a correct thing to do. But then I thought about, like, what I wanted to do was, like, switch over to the rock Pikmin, which makes sure the rock Pikmin get more and do this and that and all that shit. Where I think I probably to a detriment at certain points when I think a lot more about shit I do in games.
It can depend, though, because in that game, too, like, I mean, that also might just stem from the way you play, but I feel like the more you play a game, the more you end up going in, like, you fall into, like, a play style for the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, that's what I noticed when I watched you play Resident Evil 2. And, like, in the beginning of the game, you loaded the zombie with bullets, and you're like, oh, shit. And by the end of the game, you're like, ah, fuck. I need to go here, and then I need to go here, and then like I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. Like you end up just falling naturally into like a play style.
Yeah.
And at least for Pikmin 3, like I play like that because I play the game a lot, and that's how like I'll just throw 8 Pikmin here, and I'll run and do something else because I don't like. I'm playing the missions right now. I'm trying to like platinum all the missions, and if you've seen the missions in Pikmin 3 Deluxe, they're brutal.
Yeah.
They're like, you cannot waste a second. You have to like do everything like, so it's like, yeah, I'll throw 8 Pikmin here, and then hopefully they kill the enemy, and then I'll go over here and I'll throw the captain here, and I'll do this thing, and I'll send this guy over here. So I like totally get like playing fast. I think everybody just kind of falls into a style.
Yeah, but I think
depending on the game.
in general, I move a lot slower in games. Like, I'm the type of motherfucker that's like moving through a dungeon or whatever, and I'm like, this feels like the direction the developers want me to go right now. So I'm gonna not go in this direction and explore every crevice of this area
thing.
too.
I do the same thing.
Yeah,
as well.
Okay, I think we all do that then.
It just depends on the type of game you're playing.
Yeah.
And like generally what type of thing you fall into, because I've seen a lot of like playthroughs of people playing like Mario Odyssey and games that I've played a lot, and they'll go fucking slow as molasses. And they're like, oh my gosh, there's a moon over there.
And it's like,
oh my god. And then
bro,
they
the
go do
world
this
isn't
thing.
that big.
And they'll like just go around and it's, you know, like I could not fathom playing that way without wanting to blow my brains out, because
I'm a slow player. I'm not gonna lie.
I beat that game in a day.
you also did that some weird shit, bro.
Did I?
Yeah, I
With
think
Mario Odyssey?
Yeah, with 100% with Mario Odyssey. You beat the game in a day because you were really hyped for it, and I think that low key ruined your experience with the game to an extent.
I feel I don't.
Drama.
I don't.
We have the same opinion on the game,
yeah,
to be fair.
Never
But
mind.
like you were
we used to not.
you were very critical on the game.
It was
close to release,
very
though,
okay. It was
because you experienced all of the content back to back to back to back.
I
to
did
back.
100% it within like 2 weeks,
Yes.
and that's like Korok seed shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because like I think for me it was like I'm just kind of done with this world now. Like like even playing the game now, it's like I don't
fucked up.
understand how a lot of people were like, yeah, I took like a really long time to beat it, unless like you're doing other things, because like the worlds aren't that big.
But everybody experiences it differently, and I think the way I experienced that game was over the course of a couple weeks. I would go through worlds, and then I would like sit down and I'd like play it with people in the room, and like we'd just chill and we'd vibe. And I took a while on the game because of that, and I still played it like pretty fast.
I took a while on
and
it.
I didn't 100%, and I spent less time on the game than you did. So, or I spent more time on the game than you did, and I got less done, is what I meant to say. So it comes down to how you want to experience that game. And I think in some scenarios, playing a game in a certain way will make it a worse
You
experience.
know what? You know
Yeah.
why?
I think playing everything back to back was like, you can play it however you want, and you didn't play it wrong. Like that's a way a lot of people play it. But I do think it negatively impacted your experience of the game.
That's probably true. I think it was easier to like for me to just be like, I don't think a lot of this content is amazing, just because like I'm just going through it back to back, and it's like I'm noticing like they're reusing this thing a lot.
Oh,
They're
but
like,
you're noticing shit that is like there.
no,
it's not like-
it's not invalid.
Yeah.
There's no invalid way to play a game unless you're deliberately playing in a way that's like not like, unless you're like, I don't know, like you're playing an RPG and then you're not fighting enemies.
Yeah.
Like there are wrong way. It sucks to say I do think that there are wrong ways to play a game that like when you're like, oh, I play like if you're like, oh, I played an RPG and I didn't fight any enemies, but I think it was really hard and it was like really unfair. It's like, well, you didn't play in a way that was.
I think what constitutes playing in like a wrong way is just choosing to not interact with basic systems in the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
I think
if you choose to not interact with some stuff that you like realistically can avoid and still experience the game in a way that was like pretty much intended, then play it however you want.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I'm playing this platforming game and I'm not jumping, it's like that's called a challenge run, dipshit. You're not playing the game the right way.
Yes.
And that's okay. People like doing that for challenge runs, but you can't judge a game's inherent quality if you've played it in a way that actively chooses to ignore.
If you're
incredibly
having
integral
fun,
things.
I will say, then like you do
Go
you.
for it.
If you want to cheat, or what, or do whatever constitutes as cheating. If you
As long
time
as it's
travel
not
in Animal
multiplayer.
Crossing, God's like.
How
you're
dare
normal.
you?
Okay.
You're normal.
Burn.
I'm gonna say it. You're just normal. That
Yeah.
game is like.
Oh, I time traveled for sure. I reached
didn't.
a threshold where I'm
I
like,
didn't, but I did. I had less fun with the game.
yeah, I reached a threshold where I was like, why the fuck do I have to wait a day for fucking the
For
owl
nothing.
to get his ass over here? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
give a shit. Just come here. You know?
You
Yeah.
build a house in a place and it takes a day, but it was like one spot over, so you have to pay 10,000 bells to spend
Such a
another
good
day.
love
game.
Animal
Girl boss
Crossing.
queen slave
Yeah.
pussy.
Yeah,
I
that's the one.
I
Those are
think
the worst.
the fucking the conversation we just had regarding how I was like very much like I was like clicking in my brain how I am the slow player compared to y'all of games of like I played Mario Odyssey slow as molasses type of beat. Makes sense why the Sonic series never seemed that appealing to me.
Yeah, it's all about speed. I think Sonic probably fucked my brain from a young age.
I don't think you are fundamentally
Maybe.
fucked.
The
from that
way I
one.
play any platforming game is very much derived from how fast I can go in it, because movement speed and that type of shit is so important to me.
Oh, 100%.
What fucked me then?
Well,
What
'cause
makes me
that
want to
also-
explore
I
every
think
crevice
movement
of
speed
everything?
in
I don't know.
platformers.
You played Zelda. I also played Zelda. I don't know.
No, what did I play?
I think
young age
movement
as fuck?
speed in platformers is like a lot of games that have good movement speed generally have a lot of depth to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Jack and Daxter was so unappealing to me because of like every single PS2, like PS1 era platformer kind of shares a similar issue. More PS2 era, where like they're so fucking slow, bro. They're and it's like the style of the platformers on the system at the time, and so many of them are just uninteresting to me.
I'm going pee.
You should try.
I also need to go pee, actually.
Do we want to take a quick break?
Let's take a potty break.
Everybody should listen to the Nier Automata soundtrack. It's really impactful. What is your favorite song from the Nier Automata soundtrack?
The one that hit me the most was like the one that played in Peaceful, whatever. It's not the Peaceful Village, because there's another one that like played when you were playing a side quest, and it was actually nutty.
It's like a
Actually crazy.
Vague Hope
Make Hope is good.
or Possessed by Disease.
Possessed by Disease. Oh, it's
Hey, Mater. It's nice to finally be back in Radiator Springs. I want you. What? Hey, Mater. It's nice to finally be back in Radiator Springs. I want you. What?
What?
I want you. I want you.
I want you.
I want you. Alright, so Psychonauts 2.
No, I mean, you were just talking about...
I'm sorry.
Your mic is ED. Okay, so you were talking about PS2 platformers.
Yeah.
They do feel... There's like a weird vibe to them. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of them share this like grungy vibe.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't mind the like. I fuck with the grungy vibe.
No, I like it too.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to get into it. But I think what I
Yeah.
can't get over is the fact that like they move like fucking molasses, and a
Yeah.
lot of the really interesting things that come from those games is mainly the aesthetic, and I just never get into the movement. So I don't know like what in my. This is why I love this game. I don't know what in my brain like sparked the need for speed when I'm playing a platforming game.
Probably Sonic at a young age.
Maybe it
I
was
mean,
like
it
things
also-
go fast.
It also could just be like a small personality thing of like, because I totally get that of like being impatient with the game. It's like I just want,
Yeah.
I just
I
want
guess.
things to happen. I don't need, and like I can change. Like I'm playing Final Fantasy 16 and I'm having a great time. It is like when you play that game, people are like, oh, there's so much dialogue, bro. The story is half the appeal. Like
Yeah.
I'm here for the story, if I'm going to be honest, and the gameplay, because the gameplay is like so much fun. It's like an action game where you like progress with combos and all that. I love that. But like I can take it slow. But like when I'm playing like a platformer, or something like that. It's like
I want some
I
fucking
want things
schmeat
to
in there.
happen, bro.
I want some fucking movement in there.
Which is why we love A Hat in Time.
Dude, A Hat in Time. Oh,
dude.
Bro, I don't think I've ever talked about that game at length. I think it's really hard to explain what I love about it.
It moves amazingly. The aesthetic is great. The characters are so much fun. The worlds are amazing to explore.
No, I guess it wasn't that hard.
No, it nails everything.
I've heard people like complain about movement though, because it asks the game asks you to do very serious like tight platforming challenges, but a lot of people who are stupid don't think the game gives you like enough control over your character to do that.
Which game is this?
Did you feel like that was an issue?
I didn't feel like that was an issue whatsoever.
Yeah, I didn't feel like that was an issue at all for me.
That's why it was confusing.
Maybe it's
to
coming
me.
from Mario Odyssey, where the game really does not ask anything of you.
Maybe? I don't know, but like, I can understand thinking the game feels a little loose, but
Yeah, it does feel loose.
but like, it also gives you a level of control mid-air that really makes it not a
I
massive
totally
issue.
missed what game you're
I also
talking about.
feel A Hat in Time.
Have you ever played it? It's like an indie 3 platformer.
No, you tried to get me to play it. I don't
so
think I ever
fucking
did.
good, bro.
I think
So
it's
fucking
also
good.
what I liked is like there was like you could keep like there was a momentum to like your movement, and you could like you were able to kind of keep that through a lot of the tight platform, because it had like the Mario Sunshine-esque like literal platforming challenges.
Yeah.
And I loved just like in Sunshine, I loved those. But for here, it was like I really liked that you were able to keep your momentum as you're going, and like I don't know, I feel like the game controlled it really
Yeah.
well.
It does control really great, and the fucking movement is so awesome, because once you know exactly what to do, you can get so much distance in the air, you can skip over platforming challenges, you
Yeah.
can go super far, and like, it's really fun to mess around with. Everything about that game feels good.
And then you get the Alpine level, Alpine Mountain, where the stars aligned.
And they made like a super open area.
It was yes.
I think it's really cool. I do think navigating it is a little confusing.
Well, because you had the central place, and then you went to the other places, and it didn't kick you out of the level either. And it was like, oh my god,
Yeah, that's true.
it was
That is true.
it was magic.
I've been thinking about this shit this whole time. You've been talking about Hat in Time. I cannot get over the fucking thought process of like nature versus nurture, but in terms of games. Of like, if you're born wanting to maneuver games in a certain way, or if your experience at a young age playing a certain type of games makes you enjoy a certain type of thing farther on.
That's a good question, because it might be a mix of both. It might be like at least
Yeah.
a personality type
I mean, it's-
alongside what you've played.
In reality, it is a mix of both. And I
Yeah,
think the
but
same
how
applies.
much of each, you know? Because like,
50-50.
because when you said that like Sonic fucked you at a young age to make you want to like play games a lot faster, I'm trying to wrap my brain around what fucked me, and it's kind of a few things.
Even then, it's like I think even if you want to play games a lot faster, I think most people are like, if you're playing a text or story heavy game, you can adapt. Like you're not gonna be like,
No, it's not moving.
yeah. Like
No
I think
more of
a lot of people can adjust to that and
Yeah.
like appreciate that. And if you can't, then that's like, well, you know,
It's
Oh,
on you. You're
yeah.
ignorant at that point.
well, not even that. It's just like that's just not your cup of tea. But then I
Yeah.
guess that also that goes back into like why is that the case for you?
Exactly, nature versus nurture. But
This
games,
is why you should watch Daryl Talks Games.
huh?
He's a YouTuber. I really like his stuff. It's Psychology of Play.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh. Psychology YouTube content is so fucking
I showed him
entertaining.
to you. He has a
Did you?
yes.
Fuck.
You have to know
You said he had a nice voice.
Oh,
radio
shit.
voice, perhaps.
I did it. That took me so many tries. People fucking hate this section of the game, and for
Yeah.
good reason. It's a mandatory pinball thing where you have to get an ungodly score, and it controls like ass.
Yeah.
Like, you saw me clip into shit left, right, and center there. Like,
Yeah.
I just got lucky. Because I turned my brain off, and I got really lucky. But, like, when I was playing this the first time, it took at least, like, 4 tries.
Damn.
And it was so brain dead.
It's rough.
Have you seen JCS on YouTube?
No.
You are kidding me. JCS is such good YouTube content.
I watch, Buckapile.
That's pretty good.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. This is Markiplier here.
I am careful of psychology content because it's really easy to go on Wikipedia and search a bunch of things and make a YouTube video on it.
Oh, no. So JCS was an old... What is it called? What is it when you... Oh, interrogative detective.
Yeah.
So he used to be that used to be his job, right? And now he posts YouTube videos of interrogation tapes of people that like did X crime. It's usually like, oh, this is a woman who like murdered her like ex-lover or whatever.
Oh,
and then he like sits there and dissects the interrogation tape about like she's moving like this right now to show she's uncomfortable, to show this, to show that. And it's really fucking interesting to watch and really fucking cool. And he's hilarious because he takes like no sympathy on these people because they're usually people who did like disgusting crimes, and he just roasts them as he does it and all that stuff.
Who is it?
JCS.
No.
Oh, sorry.
I was pulling up. I was pulling up my own. Not to take away from yours at all. There's another like psychology based YouTuber I watched around cinema. I'm forgetting their name. My good friend, she recommended it to me like a long time ago, and I ended up watching a lot of their stuff. Whatever she recommends, I'll be like, that's dumb, and I'll watch it and be like, shit,
What, you stupid?
Damn it.
and I'll be like, damn, that was really annoying. Or it's actually that it's like, I don't feel like I would like really get into that, and then like I watch them like, you know what? What are they called?
Where is it?
It's like a filmmaker and like a psychologist, and they sit together and they watch movies, and like they kind of like they just like talk about in like those two different aspects, and how they like interact, like how the scenes like may convey like a certain type of thing.
It's really interesting.
It's so entertaining to just
I'm going
watch
to look
someone.
at my subscriptions, just
Go for it.
It's so entertaining to just watch someone who's like good at some sort of like study or craft just talk about it.
Yes.
Intriguingly. You know the VFX artists people that like watch the VFX
Cinema therapy.
Cinema therapy.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Even on name alone, what a great name.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fucking I don't remember the names of the VFX artists, but they're very fucking entertaining as well. Where they just dissect that type of shit in movies and all that. Mm-hmm. It's very, very cool.
I always love VFX
is that
the motion something? Is that those guys, or am I thinking of someone else?
It's probably
what's it the guys who like everybody was like hated for the AI thing?
They probably did make an AI thing.
I don't know.
AI immediately gets a bad rep whenever it's associated with anything.
Corridor Crew.
I don't know.
them?
They were the people.
The Corridor Crew's the one who people didn't like the AI thing.
Yeah.
Do you know the video where that was popular for a while, where there's like Elon Musk, or not Elon Musk, fucking Keanu Reeves saves someone in a gas station or whatever, like prevents a robbery in a gas station, but it's entirely VFX deepfaked, and it looks a lot like Keanu Reeves.
Interesting. No, I've never.
Just me then. That's cool.
Only you.
I'm not on Reddit, dude.
I don't even remember. I think it was just on YouTube.
No, I'm
but
just
yeah,
kidding.
those guys.
If you curate your Reddit experience, you can get. I mean, it's dying soon anyway, so never mind.